Document J309 entered into Monarch's archives as of August 17, 1954. General Terry Harold Mabel, August 17, 1954. Washington, D.C., USA. Dear Professor Buford Ramus, after the government's final conclusions that the vessels were not struck by Russian forces, and with the overwhelming amount of evidence given to us, we hereby recognize your coalition of forces. We will also be sending funds, weaponry, and supplies needed for your organization until you have finally dealt with the threat dubbed Godzilla. On a personal note, my condolences to the loss of your partner. I saw the war take out many of my good friends away as well, so I will accept the guidelines of Project Monarch to honor the childhood dream and legacy of fallen soldier Charles Rains. However, with that being said, don't get too comfortable. You and everybody else from all over this world working on this operation still have a very strict time limit. This may sound odd, but while your goal is to destroy this monster, your top priority is to still contain it, concealed away from the public masses. Quelling outbreak in the native islands of the southern Pacific is easy, but should the existence of Godzilla be made clear to just a small suburb of Oregon or Nevada, all hell is going to break loose. My forces will take your word for now that it only inhabits and journeys through the vast oceans of smaller Japanese, Indonesian, and Philippine islands, but should Godzilla get only a few hundred miles away from cities such as Tokyo, San Francisco, or Anchorage, you all should use as much force as possible so that nobody even gets a glimpse of those damn scales. I also want to see plans for a way to annihilate this monster drawn up ASAP. Toying around with nuclear power is messed up and dangerous enough in the political world, so our government will dub any testing done for Project Monarch in order to deal with the monster as atomic tests, so please be aware of where you conduct them. Keep in mind, you do not control the bombs. Where you get support from controls that, but as of now, we put our trust and hope in your coalition, so don't let us down for God's sake. Listen, if we knew what we were doing, we would be taking care of this thing ourselves, but you people are the only guys on Earth that have something beyond a slight clue as to what Godzilla is, what he means, and how he actually works. Please do something, and do it quick. You have our full support, along with the support from scientists, doctors, professionals, and generals all across the globe. So don't waste it. General Terry Mabel. Document J2001 entered into Monarch's archives as of September 2nd, 1954. Professor Koyohei Yamane, September 1st, 1954. Tokyo, Japan. Dear Professor Buford Ramus, after my extensive work from every doctor, scientist, and professor I could reach throughout the project, I do have a final analysis. I can report for the study of Godzilla. The specimen was certainly not easy to observe or experiment on, or even brainstorm on, though with what the Coalition has given me, I was able to get some defined and unique features on the specimen before the deadline, so I hope you can make use of this information. Judging by pictures and sightings, Gojira is about 350 feet tall, aka 106 meters. It is estimated to weigh about 164 tons. Its muscles are extremely thick and capable of crushing solid rock from the faces of cliffs, and its body structure also allows it to walk and swim for extremely long distances. For an apex theropod, its arms are very long, and its hands composed of 4 fingers with long and sharp claws that can easily pierce solid steel. The enormous legs help it support the weight of its huge body, and its toes and the shapes of its feet have more in common with those of elephants than of other dinosaur predators, such as Tyrannosaurus. Its tail is very long, and can be dragged through rough and rugged terrain with little to no resistance. Its neck is wide, and has points of articulation, allowing for quick reflexes and reactions. Its head has a square-like snout with small crests over its small eyes. The top of the head is flat. The mouth is long, and its teeth are very sharp and can even pierce solid steel as well. Those long scales on its back are mostly in 3 rows. The scales get smaller when traveling both downward and upward its body after the peak of their height. halfway on its back when they measure over 60 feet. Seen during the sinkings, these scales alone can cut right through even the finest of U.S. Navy ships. Speaking of which, on the sides of its neck, it does indeed have gills, and is also amazingly able to breathe out of water perfectly fine. Though the behavior of the specimen is surprisingly peaceful, it spends most of its time, if not all of its time, searching and swimming through the waters in order to get food, usually including sharks, dolphins, and whales. It occasionally stops to sleep, and can reach the bottom of even the most dark and mysterious depths of the ocean. It never goes near any densely populated areas, and only from time to time does it travel on land. And even then, it's on small islands. It doesn't even care about territorial disputes, or even directly fights against our ships and other crafts when they travel close to the body. I cannot pinpoint an exact species for Godzilla. Its size is enormous for our fossil record, and has too many features unlike those seen in other major theropods. However, if I had to pick, my closest guess would be it is more similar to a cross between a theropod such as Spinosaurus, combined with the plates seen in those of a Stegosaurus. Though this is the first ever dinosaur I have not only seen in my real life, but it is the first one I have discovered that is semi-aquatic. I don't know yet how this creature survived the mass extinction, but I know others on this project are researching other aspects of its existence. This thing is really an amazing gift. I was marveled and felt gifted by God himself to see Godzilla in real life. I will stick with this operation till the end, but I will be mourning and unable to forget the day when this amazing animal is taken away from us when it happens. If it happens. Koyohei Yamane, September 1st, 1954. Document W7207, entered into Monarch's archives as of September 13th, 1954. Herman Mintz, September 10th, 1954, Okinawa, Japan. General Terry Mabel, Monarch has officially declared an operation we believe will result in the destruction of the organism known as Godzilla. In response to the tragedies that have faced the aftermath of nuclear tests in the Pacific, we have dubbed this plan Operation Lucky Dragon. We had completed the plan set forth in order to conduct this operation as of September 7th, 1954. Before I officially declare what must be done in order to conduct the operation, I wish to briefly explain the conclusion established by the scientists of our coalition that will help us set a trap for the organism. Essentially, Professor Claude and Dr. Romai have concluded that Godzilla is a nuclear-powered specimen, meaning that not only is it covered in the said material, but it feeds on it. Its diet has a direct connection with radioactive material. Godzilla's attraction to radiation is our ticket to getting rid of it. Our plan is that with recent testings of the hydrogen bomb, we can form one that could make the ones used in 1945 seem like nothing. This hydrogen bomb will be used to kill the creature. However, it must and will be done with the sheer force of the explosion alone. Considering its diet and the incredible amounts of radiation it is capable of absorbing and leaves behind on land, large amounts of radiation unleashed by these bombs could only make Godzilla stronger. I am requesting for your forces to assemble the most destructive hydrogen warhead modern technology will allow, for we will have to solely rely on sheer force alone in order to kill a creature more than 300 feet tall and weighing in at over 160 tons. In short, our plan is that on November 3rd, 1954, at 8:30 p.m., all residents of Bikini Atoll not assigned to Operation Lucky Dragon will be evacuated to the coast of Indonesia, where they will be treated with food, water, and shelter until the operation is complete. Everybody must be evacuated by 12 o'clock p.m. Using helicopters, we shall set the warhead on a remote body of land near the atoll at 1:45 p.m. It will be activated for detonation at 2:30 p.m. by our forces. Radiation generated from our submersibles will attract Godzilla, and all personnel operating the crafts will evacuate the submarines by 1 o'clock p.m. All other personnel that shall witness the bomb shall be seated on the USS Aphrodite and be given proper safety gear, all by 1:30 p.m. Then, if our estimates are correct, Godzilla will arrive within 2 hours after the bomb is activated. By 2:30 p.m., Godzilla will be close enough to the warhead and the bomb will detonate. The force of this blast will kill it swiftly and quickly. Disposal of the body, if needed, will be conducted after Operation Lucky Dragon has concluded at 4:00 p.m., November 3rd, 1954. Conducting this operation will not be easy in any way, and we must have instant information and updates to ensure our time slots and deadlines will fit into place with the given circumstances. Which is why I'm proposing, even demanding that strings of antennas be set up throughout the area in order to send televised signals to give us second-by-second accounts on what will happen on Ground Zero. These antennas must be built across the atoll ASAP. Herman Mintz, September 10th, 1954.